If you want to jingle our bells, give us 5 stars, like and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram and TikTok.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello. Hello and welcome, Midlifers. We are your hosts, Fonz
and Mez.
And this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help, but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of laughter, nostalgia, and a deep dive into the past.
Welcome, listeners, to our Christmas special.
Ho, ho.
We're starting with ranting or raving, Elf on the Shelf, what do we think about it, then and now Christmas. Who did a better battle? Classic Christmas movies. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation versus Macaulay Culkin's Home Alone. Who's going to win?
So let's jump in.
Woo-hoo!
Rant, rave, rant or rave. Yeah. Today we are ranting and or raving the Elf on a Shelf.
Elf on a Shelf, which only made its first appearance probably, 5, 6, 7 years ago? It's quite new.
Maybe to us, or I don't know actually, because I had my kids 6 years ago, so I don't know.
It's a fairly new thing. Definitely wasn't a thing when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what the Elf on the Shelf is, what is it?
The tradition is that there are scout elves that come to your house and they keep an eye on your kids, and overnight they go back to Santa and report good or bad behaviour. Basically, it's like a surveillance system.
Wouldn't it be good if we had a proper surveillance system on the kids?
I tell you, I love it though because it keeps my kids in line.
So you use it sort of as a bribery.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Office discipline.
And it gets up to mischief. So every night, every morning when the kids wake up, the elf, has gotten up to something else during the night. So it's a surveillance, but he also gets up to a bit of naughty fun sometimes.
Yeah, but
not in that way, but you know what I mean.
That means 24 nights of commitment from the parents. No.
From the
mother.
That starts off with the rant section, yes?
Oh my God.
Oh, every night. So you've got to have to set it up in the morning, the kids find it and doing up to something else. Like one of them, bowl of Cocoa Pops with Cocoa Pops everywhere, that sort of thing. It's too much. So the ranting of it, I feel like I think I'm in my 6th or 7th year doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've run out of ideas, to be honest.
Just move it. I've just come to the thing of just moving it.
Okay.
You've committed too early to your elf.
Yeah. It doesn't always do crazy stuff, but it is in odd situations. But we've been doing so many, it's been all over the house. There's only so many places it can go.
So many high jinxes that we can create.
Yeah. That's why Google does come in handy for.
Yeah, for sure. I'm part of a Elf on a Shelf club on Facebook.
You?
Yes. And one on Instagram.
Now, question, the ideas that they have, are they like above and beyond? Because some people go full ball.
There's one they painted their kids' toenails while they were asleep. Like my rule is I don't want the elf going in their bedrooms because their bedrooms are a safe space. Someone shaved their kid's head.
Oh, really?
Ripped up the kids' pajamas.
Oh.
Yeah. Some people go full ball. I'm not there. I don't think I ever will be because I don't have the energy to want that. But my thing, I've got a bit of a system where it's like move the elf every 3rd day or 4th day, do something fun. Like high
Yeah.
Or else, what about those moments you forget?
Oh.
And it's like right before you go to sleep.
Yes.
The elf.
Yes. Yeah, you're about to fall asleep. Yeah. And it's like, oh, shit, the elf. And quickly go. Or you totally forget. And the next morning, I heard the kids on one side saying, where's Elf? I'm like, oh. And I quickly say, oh, just go to watch TV. And I quickly get the elf. And like a grenade. Like, oh, there it is. So it's crash landed. But I've actually started putting, I put a reminder on my phone like at 10 o'clock every night. A recurring thing to help me because I will forget. And I have forgotten and done the last minute.
Oh, even I think there was one year I was a bit sick. Let's go to bed, go to my husband. Just do something with the elf. Yeah. And he got a bit creative. He put it up high.
Well done.
No, he got a little creative. So
yeah, you know why they get creative? Because sometimes my husband, he did a really creative one and hooked it from the fan and whatever because they do it once the whole year.
Once. There's no mental load.
Yes, no, it's a mental load. Another thing to remember.
But we did it. We instilled it on ourselves because my thing was when my child was born, I waited till he was 2 and I thought, it's just 24 days in the year. You just got to commit.
First year,
day 15. Like, what have I done?
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yeah. And it's, do your kids get disappointed when it hasn't got up to hijinks at all? Or they used to just
I think this is the first year my daughter included is, what's the word? Aware of it.
Yeah, okay.
As Jerry Don. So I don't know yet.
My youngest, if the elf has just moved but not been up to anything cheeky, she'd be like, oh, yeah, there he is. It's kind of that disappointment. So, but as I said, there's only, I can only do so many hijinks.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Life is about disappointments and it starts with the elf on the shelf. Can I say though, my husband actually, just remembering, he brought the elf in on the shelf in our house because he saw in like the discount shop the bocce elf, the bodgy one.
I said bocce, like bocce balls.
the not real elf.
Yeah.
The ones with the black costume.
Yep.
And
I think they're supposed to be cheeky elves.
They're naughty elves. So he bought those and my daughter cried the other day. Why do we have naughty elves? Why can't we have the good ones? I go, it's the house we live in.
Again, setting up, disappointment.
Yeah.
That's reality. The rave I do have about it, it's fun, which helps with the mental load. Once your kids get to a certain age, my older two know everything about Santa. So they are in on it and they take turns they join in and they like to think of things to do. So that really helps me out because I'm just like, they're like, can I do it? I'm like, yes, you can do it tonight. Please do. Take it from me. Yeah. Let loose.
Now, do we now veer onto the rave of Elf and the Shelf?
That was a rave.
Oh, sorry.
Were you listening?
I'm just like, I don't have all the kids, but that's great.
Yes. You'll get to it one day.
The kids' reactions are a rave. Like, that's so nice. And
that's why we do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the other one? Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm good to have another rave. It does force you to be creative.
Yeah.
So I think that's having kids in general. It brings out that inner child in you.
Yes.
So you get to think outside the box. And when you do think of something really creative and fun, kudos to yourself. You're like,
yep, good.
Pat on the back. That's a good one. So that is a rave.
Yeah. Look, are we going to go straight into our rating system?
Let's go.
Rant, Rave are on the
fence.
On the shelf.
Fonz on the shelf. With your little legs dangling. Let's go. Are you ranting or raving the elf?
I am going to rave the elf because I'm in it. I've only got a few years left of it. So I'm going to rave it and I love seeing my kids' reactions.
Mm-hmm. I'm similar to you. Similar to you in that the work is a bit of pain in the butt sometimes, but it's all worthwhile. For the smiles on their faces, even when they're disappointed that the elf hasn't done anything fantastic. I'll rave it, and it's a short period of time that we get to do this, and once it's done, it's
baby.
All downhill from there. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
Now, when I sing this Christmas carol,
do
you have a memory of like the 80s version where it's like sort of like the choir and that sort of thing?
No.
Okay.
I've got a memory of the Maya Christmas carol. They had a record, a vinyl.
Yeah.
And it had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that's my memory.
So I've got like...
We didn't own it.
Okay.
The kids across the road owned it.
So you just got to...
I'm joined on to their memory.
You went to the house.
Went to their house and saw they had the Christmas bear and the record. And
so we had like, this was Christmas tape. It was a Christmas cassette. It had a picture of Rudolph on the front. So even the carols were a bit different in a day. And I'm just basically, this is our then and now about Christmas. Things that have changed. One I'm thinking is Christmas carols, because when you think about now Christmas carols, definitely the two that are on our list, well, everyone's list, go.
Mariah Carey.
Yes.
And what about Last Christmas by Wham?
No, I was thinking Michael Bublé.
The Boobs.
The Boobs. It's begun to
look a lot like Christmas. Fiddle-dee-dee. What about...
But yes, not Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, and there was it was a Dean Martin Dean Martin one? I should have done more
Like
research
Bing
on
Crosby.
this. Is it Bing Crosby?
Frank Sinatra.
Just naming off these old ones. But yeah, the carols, the go-to carols growing up, and the go-to carols now, as I said, Mariah Carey and the Boobs out every year, and you get annoyed by them, but God, we love them.
I love them. I really look forward to when Halloween's over and the next day, the 1st of November, Mariah Carey does something on social media.
Yep.
Love that.
Which even my son picked up on. He's like, what is with that lady? She always does it. I'm like, who? He goes, the one with the carol. I'm like,
Mariah Carey.
Yep. So even infiltrating the Gen Alpha. They're onto it. But Christmas decorations, what were they like growing up?
Back then, tinsel, plastic.
Yep.
The smell of the plastic tree. It was everything for us was plastic in my household, and I love it because I feel like that's 80s. People complain about microplastics now. It started back then. I reckon I inhaled the Christmas tree. I chewed my Barbie's legs, and I am made of plastic, not in a Paris Hilton way.
Plastic, not so fantastic.
Paris.
But I also feel like there wasn't as many decorations to buy, and they're a bit more expensive because we had the same decorations for our whole childhood.
There was no theme, Mez.
No.
There was no theme. It was just tinsel, balls, and the star on the top. That's it.
And the lights. And the lights weren't fairy lights. I remember when fairy lights came in the 90s, it's like, ooh, fairy lights in the trees. Those big... They're like
ours were shaped like spiky stars.
Yes, the spiky stars
and
are
they were
different
colourful.
colours. Yes, and they would fall off sometimes.
Yes,
and pop them back on.
Yep.
That was 80s.
Yep,
I remember.
That was
yes, we grew up with that, and I remember in the 90s fairy lights came in, and we just got like plain white fairy lights. It's like, ooh, different. Yeah,
but I just feel like then it was like Halloween. The Aussie Christmas was watch your Christmas movies, and they deck their house with the lights, and they have the real Christmas tree. And it's again me as an Aussie kid looking at the TV and going, oh,
yes.
Nice.
The outdoor decorations were not a thing in Australia growing up at all. Again, I think in the 90s we had, I think in Melbourne we had the Boulevard. That was known as Street of Lights, which was basically a street of houses that had lights.
Yeah.
No one else had them outside. And it's only, I don't know, in the recent...
I'd say last 15 years.
Yeah, that was started doing that. And I love it.
I love it too. I love it so hard.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's fantastic because we go around, look at the local lights and all that sort of stuff. It's so much fun.
It's beautiful walking with your kids to look at the lights.
Yes.
My kids don't care though.
Oh, don't
look at that.
Oh, really?
Look at that.
Oh, my kids. We judge them. We've got a points rating system now. Yeah. And so because we live in a state and everything's sort of far away, so we have to drive to each one, but we'll drive to one, walk around, and I get that, that Christmas feeling, that tingle, the tingles. Oh, I love it.
Can I say there was one neighbour in my parents' estate and our kids were walking and they let my son turn on the Christmas lights. Like, what a beautiful sense of community that is.
We had one near us where like the houses, there's like a few houses in the road go full out. They had foam machine for fake snow.
What?
They gave us beers. Like they gave beers to the adults and the kids candy canes. The kids would have photos in the slate. Like they went full on. It was fantastic.
That is brilliant.
I love that. God, it would cost a fortune.
Christmas.
I don't think it would happen. Like for the cost of living crisis, I reckon all that sort of stuff's...
I remember with the beer, you just reminded me. I remember our old neighbour across the road wanted to give out the Garbo's beer.
Oh, nice, for Christmas.
And I remember her talking to my mum saying, do I put it on top of the bin or in the bin? Like there was that kind of discussion going on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Beer was a real thing as a gift back then.
It's a nice way to end the year, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about... I mean, you get your gifts, but it's about the thought that people put in for you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you thought of me. Oh, you noticed me. Thank you very much.
Yes. And even those like end of year Christmas parties and everything, it's just a nice way to like just take a break and just appreciate.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. It's gratitude and appreciation. And
I love it.
I love it too. So
what about Christmas clothes? I say this because... Merry mocktails.
Merry cocktails, thank you. No mocktails around here.
So with Christmas clothes, I say this. I know it's a big thing in America, and I don't know if it is in Europe too. I guess so, because those ugly
jumpers.
Christmas jumpers, which were hideous back in the 80s, but like now people embrace the hideousness.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Because even Kmart have released the line of Christmas jumpers in the middle of summer.
That's why I'd love to jump on board Kmart, but usually Christmas is like 40 degrees here, which is like 100 and something Fahrenheit. No Christmas
The
jumpers.
only thing I can think of is Christmas in July, buying it for Christmas in July. But every year I say I'm going to do Christmas in July. I'm too exhausted by July. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
No, we're still recovering from the past Christmas.
But yeah, and even they've released like a woolly kind of dress. I was like, no.
Well, last year my husband got the Santa costume because I thought it was fantastic, but he was sweating.
He would have been
sweating.
hot.
So like once he did the gifts, I got to get out of it. In Australia, sorry, can't do it. But I'm even thinking Christmas pajamas, Christmas T-shirts.
Matching, the whole family matching.
I don't do the matchy. There's not a chance my husband would do it. Not a chance, even if I paid him. No. But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Even like so Christmas T-shirts, all that sort of stuff, that wasn't around.
Footwear, earrings.
Yep. All the accessories. I love it.
I love glamming up for Christmas.
Me too. But yeah, there's definitely much more in the shops. Obviously, the shops are cashing in on it, but you know what? I want it.
I'm in for it.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to say. So I said back then there was no theme to a Christmas tree. Now, because of Pinterest, there are themes. There are YouTube channels. And Mez, I watch them and I love them. And I fluff my tree. I'm a tree fluffer.
What does this entail?
Okay, so when you have a tree, a Christmas tree, a plastic one at that, you don't just take it out the box. You've got to fluff the leaves up and make it. You've got to spruce up, and that's called fluffing. There's an actual term for it.
Okay, I just thought spreading the leaves out.
No, it's fluffing.
Because I do it because my kids, luckily, they help me assemble the tree and everything. So as we get each one out, then I'll fluff it up. Yep, so we do.
It's so funny how you fluff up your tree, and in another industry that's X-rated, they fluff up as well.
I know that's
why. Who made that the same?
How are they associated? I do not want to know.
I was going to ask about your Christmas tree. Do you have a theme with yours?
That's why when you said theme, I'm like, no. I just have whatever decorations. There are bits and pieces from over the years that I've accumulated. I don't really have a colour palette or theme. It just looks pretty. That's it. But I know you like your themes.
I love my theme. So I made one. I don't know if it's because I got married later in life and had kids later in life that I had more of an income as an older person. Yeah. If that makes sense. So I was able to splash out on decorations. But so my lounge room one is all food. It's a food and candy Christmas tree. Yep. And I bought another one, Mez, for my new house. It's pink.
Pink. I do remember you saying a pink one.
It's looking very Glinda, like from Wicked.
Okay.
But I put leopard print baubles and leopard heads. And I've just got to put up a few more pink things. It's very Glinda. I'm really proud of myself. It's a sense of achievement for me.
Okay.
I've got nothing going on in my life. I don't know.
I'm not, but if you know my personality, you're
chill.
I am chill. So I'm chill with my Christmas tree. As long as it goes up and the kids are a bit older, so they're pretty good at putting out the decorations. That's cool.
See, for me, as an ex-teacher, we used to decorate our classrooms. Yeah. And I've just brought it to home.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a comparison of the relaxed, chilled decorator.
The high tense.
The high-end detailed one. Well, then or now, I love Christmas and...
Yeah, either way, Christmas is a winner.
Yeah.
Who did it better battle? Ding, ding. Here's the thing. Who did it better? Was it the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Home Alone?
Classic movies, not far apart from each other, I guess.
No, well,
80s and 90s?
National Lampoon's was 1989 and Home Alone was 1990.
Oh, I didn't actually realise that close.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I found the bridging likeness between the two was hijinks.
Yes. I've got haphazard.
Oh, yeah.
The haphazard dad.
Yeah.
Haphazard crooks.
Yeah. If I can start with, both of them were written by John Hughes. So
the maker of Breakfast
Club and Clueless.
I did not know
that. So he wrote National Lampoon's and from what I researched, all the Home Alone franchises as well.
Well, those That's just good luck that we pitted these two against each other.
We can pretend to our audience, say we planned it, but we did not. How good are we?
We're good.
So starts with Clark Griswold.
Yeah.
Oh, can we start with the National Lampoons?
I was just going to go first with the leading actors.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, who's very iconic 80s comedy.
Very 80s. He's always looked old.
He has. You're right. He's probably our age in National Lampoons, but he looks older. Maybe it was the comb over. I think it's the hairstyle
and his maturity, the maturity he tried to put forward.
But yeah, so comedic, funny, great leading actor for this. And then can I compare it to Home Alone?
Yeah, go on.
Macaulay Culkin.
What a cutie.
What a cutie. He carried this film. He was so cute and yeah, just a good match, good leading actors for both.
I agree. And what I love about National Lampoons as well, it's got the Stanton family. It's got Clark, Alan, Audrey, and Russ.
What's the name of his brother-in-law?
Eddie.
Uncle Eddie. Yeah, he's so
funny.
He's funny.
I actually wondered if he was the hero of the film.
Well, yeah,
because it was seen as like the idiot.
Yeah.
But he made everything come together.
I think for a side character, he does a great job.
He does a brilliant job. And can I just say the tagline for National Lampoons is, now that you've survived the holidays, you deserve a vacation. Because what a conundrum every day that Clark had to experience. Something happened every day for him.
Yeah. I think just the idea of having the whole family stay over for Christmas. Oh, no, thank you. But all I remember, the main, what scene I remember is that turkey. You know when they cut the turkey? And it's so dry. Yeah. Like when you spend all this time at meal and it just stuffs up and you just want to cry, go into a ball and cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But look, like I mentioned before, John Hughes was the writer for both, but for National Lampoons, he wrote some cracking lines.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
That was another one. Clark goes, "Hey kids, I heard on the news that an airline pilot spotted Santa's sleigh on its way to New York City." And Eddie's like, "Really?" Brilliant writing. It's so funny. And there was one scene where Chevy Chase, or Clark Griswold, he just exploded and he was just ranting about his boss and the bonus.
Yeah.
And what apparently happened behind the scenes was he ad-libbed that, but the actors in the background had little cards around it on their chest or holding it up with different adjectives for him to use in his rant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was very cool.
That bit I can relate to, that exploding, that's like the psycho mum in us when everything's just like, oh my God.
Because you're holding it together for so long. He was keeping it together.
Yes.
And that bonus of 1 year, a 1 year membership to the Jelly of the Month Club, that made him crack. He cracked.
That's so because he was going to get a swimming
pool. It's like when your husband, you give hints for a Christmas present and he gets you something else. And you're like,
yeah.
Up to the Jelly Club.
What the hell is a Jelly Club?
I don't know. It must be because jelly in America is our jam. You must get a jam a month.
That's not a good bonus.
Crap.
That is a crap.
Oh, what about the Yuppies Next Door?
Oh, with Julia
Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah. Going back to our previous segments about the decorations, this one was always one with decorations, because he obviously puts up all the lights. And there's a one bit where it works, and then Julia Louis-Dreyfus, they're blinded by the lights next door. But when the lights are on, it's like, I love that. So whenever I think Christmas lights,
me
that
too.
movie. It's that movie.
Me too. I think it was that movie that wanted us to be how we are now.
100%. That's my shining star.
So to the Americans, that movie, I reckon, got into the Australians' core memories and made us who we are now.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Clark Griswold. But I love.
Brilliant.
Yep. And it's one that I will watch every year.
Yes, same. It just keeps getting better, I think, as you get older, because
we relate more to the parents. That's why.
I thought that when I watched it, I'm like, I understand Clark Griswold now. Before he was just like this dorky dad.
Dorky, angry, agitated dad.
Now he's just a midlife person trying to make things good for everyone.
I relate to his anxiety. I relate to his dorkiness. I relate to his anger. Yes.
I don't relate to when he cracked onto that shop assistant.
That's the thing with National Lampoons. There's always one thing with a bit of boobs.
Yeah.
Or a bit of, naughtiness.
Bit of naughtiness.
Bit of the horny
80s.
dads. Is this that horny dad?
Horny dad.
The horny dad moment. National Lampoon's signature.
Oh, God bless that franchise. But let's jump now to a more innocent.
The horny dad. And relate.
That is the best. That is the best recognition of a movie. Horny dad.
It's so
horny midlife dad.
Yes. They ain't getting them. They're imagining things. Let's move on to Home Alone, which began with the full house and the chaotic family and the turd brother. Again, there's always that turd older brother, isn't there? Of which I had one too. Then maybe
you can relate.
I could relate. And then, yes, obviously, he's left home alone.
Because they forget. And it's that iconic scene by Catherine O'Hara,
who
plays the mother. And she's on the plane. She's like, close the carriage door. Have a turn off the electricity.
Yeah.
Kevin!
Yep.
And that is the panic. I don't relate to this because I hope I never forget my kids around the house or whatever with a trip to Paris.
Yes.
What the frick does that dad do to fly everyone to Paris?
True.
And they're in first class. They're flying
What
first
does
class.
he do for that whole family?
Fraud.
And how can you get to the airport at the last minute?
Oh, it's just too much.
Too much.
Too much. Anyway, John Hughes wrote beautifully.
Yes, yeah. And obviously the other main characters being
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
As Harry and Daniel Stern as Merv.
I wouldn't know their names, but I know the Wet Bandits.
Harry and Merv. The Wet Bandits!
Yes. I just remember the Merv when he gets hit in the head. I don't know if this one or the second one was like, Harry! And the Merv, like the Danny, Joe Pesci is always like, oh, it's a does that a lot.
Did you know on set Joe Pesci refused to talk to Macaulay Culkin because he wanted him to be scared of him?
I like that.
Yeah, that was real method acting.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, Kevin wants to protect his home. He's home alone. It all starts with the love of pizza. He gets a cheese pizza to himself.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And the ice cream sundae, jumping on the bed, every kid's dream.
Every kid's dream
until these crooks start scouting the houses. Yeah. And I forgot about that old man. Remember that old man?
Who was he? Because everyone was scared of him.
Yeah, I think he shoveled snow.
And he... Spoiler alert.
If you ever watched this movie from 35 years ago.
Spoiler alert, he saved the day in the end.
Good on him.
And it's that spirit of Christmas of bringing everyone together, even if they're scary and maybe we're not scary, just old. We're just old. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared of old people.
I know,
okay?
we're bloody people
We're okay.
too.
I also love there's that scene where I think in the middle of the movie he goes to the church and the old man's niece or granddaughter's there. So they have that nice little heartfelt moment. Then he realizes the time and he's got to go back to the house and he has as he starts prepping the house for all these booby traps.
I'm going to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. When you watched this movie, when you finished watching it, were you ever scared of robbers and put like little
booby traps?
No,
were you?
I did.
Oh yeah.
I set me and my brother actually. We used to set little toy cars in front of the windows and things like that.
Oh, good.
And we thought that protected us from the burglars.
It might.
Might have deterred people from burgling houses.
It would have done your mum's head and say, pick up those cars off the floor.
On the windowsill again.
I love it. So creative.
And iconic, and it's in our memories as part of our upbringing.
Yeah. All right.
So, who did a better battle? A horny dad or a lonely child? Horny dad!
I go horny dad too! You go get some Chevy
In your mind. Well, Midlifers, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a very safe time.
We hope you have a lovely Christmas with your family, all the joy and light to you, and we hope you come back next week.
Next week.
Have yourself a very Merry Christmas.